enter in the gallery and you start playing the piano. So piano is your favorite.
Yeah, I think anytime I see a piano, I'm kind of drawn to it because I've grown up like playing it in the house and for a long time. So yeah.
So it's not like other kids when they learn how to play music instruments and they kind of like forced by their parents or grandparents. You never have that feeling before.
I mean, I can't say I've never had that feeling. Like when I was younger, I definitely did. It was always, there was a part when I hated it a lot and it felt more like a chore that I was supposed to do. And then I think after a certain time, I saw how much like everybody enjoyed it and how much I enjoyed it too. And I used it as an outlet. And it was a good way for me to just like express myself creatively. And then so I kind of like went through some phases with it, but now I love it.
Very nice. So your grandpa is an artist. Has he ever tried to teach you how to paint instead of how to play the piano?
I think he always wanted me just to like be creative and do whatever I wanted creatively. And he saw how much I really liked music and was able to express myself through music. So he always supported that. And I also love painting, but he never like sat me down with the brush and told me how to. He more so, gave me big ideas to work with, like, just be unique, be yourself, difference makes art. So I think I just took that with me wherever I went, no matter what type of art I did, because to me, piano's my art and just how like painting's his art. And sometimes, he sits down at the piano and plays a bunch of chords and it sounds good. And yeah, I think it's just he wants me to express myself the best way I can through the piano. And he's always been very, very supportive of that. And he loves it so much. So I think, as long as I stay creative and I be different, he's always happy for me.
Very nice. So how does it mean to you to see your grandpa's solo shows in Chelsea, New York today?
I think it's so incredible because like just watching him paint to begin with is an incredible experience. Like, you start with a blank canvas and then somehow you end up with something so different and so like incredible to me. Every time I see a new work of his, it's always different. Nothing's ever the same. And I always try to like take that with me, and seeing his work displayed, I think is just giving credit where it's due. And I think it's the only way that people can see, the incredible work that he does. Because it is insane to me how he's able to manage to do all this and still be like the person that he is.
Right. Okay. So if you could have 3 words to describe your grandpa, what would they be?
I would say unapologetic. He's never afraid to be himself, to be different, to be crazy, or to be, whatever he feels in the moment. He's never sorry about that. I would say that he's very bold. He's always willing to take a stand for what he believes is right, and he doesn't back down. And the last word, I always thought he was the most intelligent person in the room, always. Any question I asked from when I was little, he always had some answer to. And, when I started growing up, like we would have, our little disagreements and like little debates, but it was all like, I feel like it's a big reason why I've worked so hard in my studies and I've pursued so much is because of his inspiring work and how intelligent he is. And I want to aspire to be like that.
Let's say 3 words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say unapologetic, bold, and intelligent.
Okay, great. Thank you. So which artworks do you think they are the most inspired you? If you could take only one.
I would say it's hard to pick one, I think. I kind of really like this one.
You do? Do you know the history, the background of this one?
No.
No?
I don't. But for me, it's just like looking at it, you take something new every time you look at it, it's never the same image. And like in a way, it's a moving image to me. Like it doesn't seem like it's just still. Like when I look at it, there's just so much movement and so many things happening. And I could not tell you how he did that and how he made those faces come out of the painting, but somehow he did. And that's incredible too.
So let's invite your grandpa to have a description introduction for us for this, especially for this artwork. Grandpa, yeah.
First of all, first point, this is not a realistic depiction of the Dragon Gate grottos, but this is based on the impression of my 5 visits to this place since the 1970s Cultural Revolution. All right, I got the impression and I had a mental storm, brainstorm, fantasy. And I said that I'm not going to base on sketches or photograph, but I'm going to travel through time, travel through East and West cultures, travel through ages. And then I put a project on the rock, Chinese Oriental Buddhas and monks, figures, religious images, and also I include Western images, for example, Greek goddesses, the one on the left, the second one on the left, the side view with a high nose, this one, Stella, this one. This one is the Greek goddess, and this is the side view. And I did not depict them based on sketches, but the brushwork. All of a sudden, I see the nose, and then several times, and I see the jaw and the mouth and the head sidewise. You know why? I said it happens by accidentally. It is a Greek goddess, prehistoric, and watching the troop, the big troop of figures, religious figures. It seems that the Western and the Eastern coexist in the same piece of painting. And also, look at this one with the tall head and nose, the jaw looks like a African native wood carving. You remember the Dogon wood carvings? I have a book. Yeah, it receives that. It resembles that. So all these things from imagination. It is the hybridization of Eastern and Western cultures and traditions put together. And then water, the river running in between the mountain hills. All right. And then I paint this within one breath in about less than 3 hours. Your grandma was cooking breakfast in the kitchen, and you were born 3 days. I did this in 2006, spring, 3 days after you were born. I was so excited and so happy and so crazy and so fantasy-hating. And then I did this to celebrate. And then when your grandma finished breakfast and came into my studio, she was so surprised. How could? Why? Only black and white, only something green. And then I said that you observe carefully. Then she said, oh, Dragon Gate, but not realistic depiction. And I started painting from this end. 1/3, I rolled up the paper. The table was not as large as today. And so I rolled up the paper and paint 1/3. In the beginning, I have some mental picture. I said that in the beginning, this is the end of the picture from the right to the left. So this part should be as abstract as possible. But how? I don't know. I just use a brush like this. Whatever is left, fine. I don't care. Abstract. But if you observe carefully, you see the eyebrows and the eyes and the eyebrow somewhere, and another one, and a big one, eyebrows